Well, on now to the other big story. Pennsylvania primary day is today, and right now there are just under 4 hours until polls close across the Susquehanna Valley.
Big day today, Michael. Yeah, the News 8 team is keeping, of course, track of the biggest races for you as the candidates look to turn the page in advance to the November general election. Governor Josh Shapiro is not facing a Democratic challenger and will likely face Republican Treasurer Stacey Garrity, who's also running unopposed, when both are officially named their party's candidate for governor tonight.
As well, Lieutenant Governor Austin Davis and either Republican John Ventry or Jason Ritchie, who will complete the Democratic and Republican tickets as candidates for lieutenant governor. But one of the biggest contests in the Susquehanna Valley tonight is in the Pennsylvania's 10th congressional district.
A lot of eyes on this race nationally as well. Democratic voters are choosing a candidate to take on Representative Scott Perry in November. And one of the key issues voters continue to talk about is affordability. We want to go out live to News 8's Thusmeen Mahfouz. She's at a polling site in Dauphin County with more on Douglas's campaign. Thusmeen?
That's right, Lori and Michael. So Dauphin County Commissioner Justin Douglas voted here at the historic acres of Hershey this morning as he hopes to beat Janelle Stelson tonight and unseat Scott Perry in November. And like you said, we spoke to a lot of voters here in Dauphin County, and they tell us cost of living is one of, if not the most important topic for them tonight. And I want to share what some of those voters told us this afternoon.
Yeah, I think we're in trouble, especially for young people. We're old people that are retired, so we know we're in trouble. But I think young people, I think they've really got to address it for the young people. I don't know how they feed their kids, you know.
We're on fixed income,
Yeah.
so every little bit helps. And if the stock market helps, that's good. But other than that, that's all we have.
I really am concerned that we are getting really big separations from a lot of people who are doing well off versus those that are struggling. And I think we have to kind of work for more secure solutions for us to understand how do we address those housing costs that are going up, the gas prices. You look at the neighborhood gas station right here, you can see that price is going up now in the last 6 weeks, more so than I've ever seen it going up.
So where does Douglas stand on the issue? Well, he says he wants to give working people their government back, and that affordability is a centerpiece of his campaign. So Douglas supports, you're seeing it on your screen here, raising the wages, expanding paid family and medical leave, stronger overtime protections, and tougher enforcement against wage theft. On housing, Douglas says affordable housing is not just an economic issue. He calls it a matter of dignity. So he supports expanding affordable housing options. Also, he wants to see protections for tenants, assistance for first-time home buyers, and also he wants to see national rent stabilization policies that are tied to local incomes and inflation. So Douglas really is betting on a grassroots effort tonight. He is centered on the working class family, and he hopes that will carry him through tonight. Now, coming up at 5, we're going to focus on a hot button issue, and that's immigration and ICE enforcement. We'll tell you where voters stand on that issue, but for now, I want to send it over to my colleague, AJ Sisson, who's covering Janelle Stelson's campaign over in York City. Hey there, AJ.
Yeah. Hey, Thusmeen, yeah, we're over here at the Appel Center, which is in York City, still within the PA 10th Congressional District. Here we are in the final hours of the May primary itself. We're focusing on Janelle Stelson. She's a former news anchor, as you mentioned, taking on current Dauphin County Commissioner Justin Douglas for a spot on the ballot in November against incumbent Republican Representative Scott Perry. Stelson did lose the race for PA 10, the election there 2 years ago, to Perry, and now she's rerunning. As Thusmeen talked about, and from what you heard from those voters earlier, a topic on voters' minds in the 10th district is wages and affordable housing. It's also a focal point in Stelson's campaign, reducing the cost of everyday goods and saying wages should be higher. Pennsylvania's minimum wage is $7.25 an hour, same as the federal minimum wage, a topic her and I spoke about today while she was at the polls.
It's like an affordability crisis because you have the groceries, the utilities, hopefully the roof over your head, and now we have gas because of the war in Iran that Scott Perry backs. So people are really complaining about that a lot. Getting rid of the chaotic tariff taxes is one of the first things I'd like to do.
Some things that Janelle Stelson also supports: affordable, high-quality health care, banning congressional stock trading and implementing term limits, and supporting a new farm bill with protections for farmers. Now, Thusmeen, I also spoke to Janelle Stelson today about her Democratic opponent, Justin Douglas. She said she didn't have anything specific to say about him, only that she's grateful for those running for office and aiming to make a change. Thusmeen, back over to you.
All right, AJ, thank you. And we'll be hearing from Justin Douglas at his watch party at 8 o'clock tonight, Gambit Theater. We'll keep you updated on that. But also, just scan that QR code on your screen right now. That will take you to our WGL voting guide, which has an overview of each race. And then once the polls close, the results will come in, and there'll also be a spot where you can find live updates on WGL.com. You can find our voter guide there. And also coming up in our next half hour, News 8 Susan Shapiro and Bailey Martin will join us on the races that they're covering in Lancaster and York counties. But Michael, Lori, I'm going to send it back to you guys.